Hi, I'm Tammy, and today we are going to do a Vinyasa flow to create openness and expansiveness within ourselves and within our body. So today's practice, we are going to begin in child's pose. So coming onto your knees and then scooting back toward the back of your mat, bringing your toes together and your knees at the outside edges of your mat. Begin to gently lower down. You can either stay on your forearms, you can rest your forehead on the ground, you can stack your wrist and rest your forehead on your wrist, or you can even use a block if you would like and rest your forehead on the block. Find whatever feels comfortable for you in this moment. And let's inhale together and exhale through your mouth, releasing your body onto the ground that is supporting you. This time, as you inhale, begin to fill up your body. So you're filling up this space in between your legs, filling it up with your belly as you inhale deeply. And exhale fully, bringing your belly in toward your spine. Inhale, filling up your belly, feeling that expansiveness, and then exhale fully. Continue to do this a few more times, inhaling, filling up your belly, exhaling fully, inhale, filling up that space, exhale fully. Inhale, bringing in life and love as you fill up the space with all of that goodness. And exhale fully. Do that a couple more rounds at your own pace. And this time, as you inhale, start to lift your head up a little bit and come onto your forearms so your knees are still wide, your toes are still coming together, and you're up on your forearms looking down, so you're creating a flat neck, not too much tension in the back of your neck right now. Inhale, looking over to the left. Exhale, look over to the right. Inhale to the left. Exhale to the right. And continue that. Inhale to the left and exhale to the right. And as you're making this no nod and movement in your head to warm up your neck, is there something that you want to say no to right now that's maybe not honoring you and your expansiveness? And then bringing your head back to center. Inhale, bringing your nose up, gently gazing forward. Exhale, bringing your chin to your chest. Feel a nice stretch in the back of your neck. Inhale forward. Exhale back. And now, as we are making this yes nodding movement, what are you saying yes to? Breathe that into your body as you inhale forward and exhale back. Feeling that deeply as you inhale forward and exhale back. One more time, inhaling forward, exhale back. And this time as you inhale forward, start to lift your arms, your forearms up off the mat. Come into your hands and inhale, bringing your belly forward, your chin forward, lifting your head up as we're in this cow pose. Your knees are still wide. Exhale, arching your back and sitting back with your arms extended so your hands are still planted on your mat. Inhale onto forearms, bringing your belly up. Exhale, arching your back, scooping your belly in as you sit back. Inhale forward as we're just moving this fluid cat-cow transition, creating expansiveness and openness in our body. Breathing that in, exhaling back, breathing that in, exhale back. And this time when you breathe in, come to a tabletop. Your knees are still spread if that's feeling okay in your body. And we're going to create some circles to warm up our wrists and our shoulders and even our hips. So inhale, coming forward a little bit, moving over to the right side, then exhaling back and over to the left side. So inhaling forward, exhaling back. You can make these circles as big or small as you would like. It might even depend on where you are in your day, if you're just waking up and just bringing stretches to your body, or if it's been an active day, maybe then your body's a little bit more warmed up. Wherever you are at, it is all good. Pause and reverse the direction. Inhaling as you come forward and exhaling back. Inhale forward. You're making this circular motion and exhaling back. Inhaling forward and then come to pause. So your shoulders are over your wrist. If your wrists are bothering you a little bit, go ahead and sit back and just create some little wrist circles. And then come back, hands on the mat, shoulders over your wrists. Inhale, raising your right hand up to the sky, glancing up at your right hand. Exhale, bringing your right hand down and under your left arm and tapping the top of your right hand on the mat or on the floor. Inhaling, hand up to the sky. Exhale, bringing it through and tapping it on the ground. Inhale, up to the sky. And this time as you bring your arm through, you're going to bring it to rest on the floor, on the ground beneath you. Rest your ear on the mat. Your left hand can be either here on next to your face. It can be out forward. You can bring your arm up, or you can bring your arm back around, creating a bind, maybe grabbing onto your right thigh. Breathe in. And as you exhale, let your body relax into the ground. Checking your hips so that they are more square with the front of your mat and your hips aren't jutting out to one side or the other. Maybe even notice your feet, that they're still active and they're not just relaxed and not participating in our practice right now. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. If you've created a bind on your next inhale, bring your hand back up to the sky and then release your left hand down to the mat. Inhale, bringing your right hand up to the sky, and then exhale, right hand down to the mat. Now we get to do the other side. So inhale, bringing your left hand up to the sky. Exhale, left hand under your right arm. Inhale, left hand up to the sky. Exhale, bring your left hand down. Inhale, bring your left hand up to the sky. And this time when we exhale, bringing our left hand, our left arm down to rest on the mat, rest on the ground, resting maybe your ear and your cheek on the mat. Again, the placement of your right hand can either be on the mat next to your face, it can be out in front of you, it can be up into the air, or you can create a bind behind you, maybe grabbing onto your left thigh with your right hand, checking your hip alignment, that your hips are more square. Inhale and exhale, let your body relax into the earth that is supporting you. Inhale, if you created this bind, bringing your right arm back up to the sky. Exhale, right hand down by your face. Inhale, left hand back up to the sky. And exhale, your left hand down. With your hands under your shoulders, so they're shoulder width apart, bring your knees back in. So now your knees are pointed toward the top of your mat and they're hip width apart. Go ahead and sit back for a moment. If you'd like, you can come down into your forearms and rest your forehead either on the mat or on a block. Or again, you can create a bind here or just resting your hands behind you. We've already begun to create some expansiveness and openness in our bodies and just noticing how that is feeling right now. Inhale, raising your body up and coming into a tabletop. So your shoulders are over your wrist, knees hip width apart, and then begin to come into your down dog. So curling your toes, bringing your hands out a little further in front of you. Slowly, with intention, just begin to lift your body and just be playful in this moment of even how you come into your down dog and how you're moving your body as you are warming up and coming into your first down dog of our practice right now. Bringing your belly toward your thighs. Shoulders are near your ears, letting your head hang loose. Pushing down through your heels, but your heels most likely will not touch the mat. And having at least a gentle bend in your knees. Inhale and exhale, really feeling this in your body. Inhale, looking toward the top of your mat. We are going to bring our right foot forward. So now you're in low lunge. So you're on your back toes. Your knee is over your ankle and not out over, but just in line with it. And you're on your fingertips. Inhale, dropping your left knee down and maybe even scooting your left knee back a bit. Bring your right hand to the left side of your right foot and scoot your right foot over a bit. So now we're in this pose where you're going to start to really feel some openness and expansiveness in your body. You can stay on your palms. You can use a block to bring yourself up a little bit if you'd like. Or if it's in your practice and it doesn't feel like too much right now, you can come down onto your forearms. If that's feeling like too much, just back out of it. Honor what your body is needing in this moment and how far it wants to be pushed. We don't want to be in a position of pain. We're just creating expansiveness in our body a little bit at a time. On your next inhale, come up onto your back toes. scoot your foot back over. So now you're back in low lunge. And slowly, with as much control as possible, rise up into high lunge, bringing your hands up to the sky, and exhale your shoulders down. So now you're in high lunge or crescent, breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, exhale your hands to heart center. Inhale your arms open so you're in cactus arms. Exhale, arms closed. Inhale your arms open, and maybe create a little bit more expansiveness here, gently gazing upward, breathing into that, feeling this openness through your shoulders, through your chest. And we're going to begin to create a little bounce in our back foot, and we'll be coming up to Tadasana. So however you would like to get there, you can create this bounce on your back foot and then step forward, bringing your hands to heart center, or you can walk up. We will all meet in Tadasana with hands at heart center. Feet are hip width apart. Inhale your hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Go ahead and scoot your feet toward the edges of your mat, and your toes are pointed outward toward the edges of your mat. Inhale upward again. It might feel a little awkward now because our knees are pointed out more. Inhale up, and exhale, begin to sit down, bringing your hands together, and slowly, with as much control as possible, begin to squat down. So we're coming into this yogi squat, and be really mindful of engaging your core, engaging like so many muscles here that we're not just slouched down. So you're here with intention. You're raising your crown up to the sky. Your sit bones are active and pulling up. You can even use your elbows and put them inside your knees to create a little bit more openness here if you'd like. If you would like some support, you can use your block here too to help you stay in balance. You can also even just go ahead and put your block behind you and sit on your block, either high or low, depending on where you are in your practice and what feels right for you today. Either way, we're creating openness for ourselves and for our bodies. We're creating expansiveness. Inhale, exhale, bringing your hands to the mat and lifting your hips up to the sky, scooting your feet back in. So they're, again, toes pointed forward, hip width apart, a slight bend in your knees as you come into a forward fold, letting your arms just hang down. Inhale, slowly rise up. Take your time, bringing your body upward, and then eventually your hands up to the sky, and then exhale down to heart center. And your next inhale, step your right foot back. So now you're in high lunge on this side. So checking your alignment, hips should be pointed forward. Check your knee so it's in line with your foot. Hands at heart center. Inhale, open to cactus arms. Exhale, closed. Inhale, arms open. And this time maybe create a little bit more expansiveness, bringing your arms back a little bit more, a slight gaze upward. Really breathing deeply into your belly. Inhale, exhale, dropping your hands down to the mat. So now you're in a low lunge. Bring your left hand to the right side of your left foot and bring your left foot out to the edge of your mat. Drop down onto your right knee. And then here on this side, see what feels the most expansiveness without pushing too far on this side for you. So it might feel different on one side versus the other. I know it does for myself. So again, you could say on your palms, you can use a block, you can come down into your forearm if your body is warmed up enough right now. And we'll just be here for a moment, noticing how it is feeling in your body. Inhale, coming up onto your back toes. Bring your left foot back over, so scoot it back over so you're back in a low lunge. Placing your palms down onto the mat. Step your left foot back so you're in down dog. And here, go ahead and make any movement that feels right for you right now. If your body's needing a little bit stretching after doing those openers. From down dog, inhale, bringing your right foot up to the sky in three-legged dog. Exhale, bringing your right knee into your chest, and then eventually bringing your right foot forward to land in a low lunge. If you need to help it up, it's all good. If it took a couple steps for you, that's all good. We will meet here in low lunge. And then inhale, coming up into high lunge. Exhale, dropping your shoulders. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, open to cactus arms. Exhale, closed. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. And this time when you inhale, open, bring your hands back and around, clasping your hands together, pulling your hands down so you're creating this openness in your shoulders and in your chest. Inhale. As you exhale, maybe pull your hand down a little bit more, creating even more openness. Maybe a gentle gaze upward as we're even creating this openness in our throat. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Exhale, lower your hands down so you're in a low lunge. Inhale and exhale, step back into down dog. And from here, if you'd like to do a connecting vinyasa for yourself or come into child's pose, please feel free to do that. Taking your time. As we all meet in down dog. Inhale, bringing your left foot up to the sky in three-legged dog. Exhale, bringing your left foot or your left knee into your chest. Pausing for a moment, and then bringing your left foot forward. So we're in low lunge. Again, however you get there is all good. On your next inhale, rise up into high lunge. Exhale, drop your shoulders down. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, open the cactus arms. Exhale, closed. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. This time you inhale, open, bring your hands back around, clasping your hands behind your back and pulling down on your hands. So you're creating this openness again, this expansion within your body and within yourself. As you breathe into that, perhaps on your next inhale, pulling your left hand down a little bit more, maybe looking slightly upward to create this expansiveness even more so. Maybe even smile as you're creating this for yourself and for your body. Even if your body's shaking, it's all good. You're doing it. Inhale, exhale, bring your hands up to the sky. Inhale, your hands down into the mat. Exhale, stepping back into down dog. From down dog, inhale your right foot up to the sky. Exhale, bringing your right knee into your chest, bringing your elbows over your shoulders over your elbows, holding your chest in, holding it, holding it, holding it. You've got this, you've got this. And then bring your foot forward into low lunge. Inhale, dropping your left knee onto the mat, bringing your right foot over toward the side of your mat, the right side of your mat again. See how it's feeling for you right now. We're still having this nice stretch on our left thigh. At least I can feel it in my left hip. I can feel it in there. And creating this openness on my right hip. Notice if there's a different level, whether you want to back out a little bit or get a little bit more deeper into it this round. Just play with it. You don't have to pick one and commit to that. You can move around and see how it feels. And again, if it's too much, back out of it. On our next inhale, coming up onto our toes, our back toes, scoot our right foot back over toward the center of our mat, and then lift up onto our left knee and rise all the way up into high lunge. Inhale, exhale, dropping your shoulders down, maybe dipping down a little bit more into your lunge. Inhale, exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, open into cactus arms. Exhale, closed. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. Bring your hands to heart center. Again, we're going to bounce on that back foot and come up into Tadasana. So however you would like to get to Tadasana, go ahead and meet me at the top of our mat. Go ahead and shake everything out. We've been doing a lot of opening here. Sometimes it feels good to shake it out a little bit. I know it does for me. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands down to heart center. We're going to go into our chair pose. So feet hip width apart. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Exhale, begin to sit back. Lowering down with control, as much control as possible. You should still be able to see your toes with your ears near your arms, your biceps. Reaching your hands up, fingers outstretched. Everything in our body is working right now to hold us in this pose. Inhale, exhale, maybe sink in a little bit deeper. Inhale, exhale, coming into forward fold. Letting your arms either hang or grabbing onto each elbow, maybe swinging back and forth. Inhale, coming into half lift. Exhale, forward fold, placing your hands on your mat for support. Step your right foot back and rise up into high lunge. So our left foot is forward, right foot back. We're in high lunge. Inhale, exhale, dropping your shoulders down by your ears. Inhale, exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, open to cactus arms. Exhale, closed. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. Inhale, open, and this time dropping your hands down into your mat. So you're now in your low lunge. Release your right knee down into the mat, so maybe scooting it back a little bit. Bring your left foot out toward the side of your mat. Breathing into this, seeing where your body wants to go right now. As you inhale, come onto your back toes. Bring your left foot back over so it's more in line with your hip. Placing both palms down on the mat. Inhale and exhale, stepping your left foot back. So we're in plank for just a moment. Breathing into this. You've got this. Come down onto your knees if you need to. Inhale and exhale. Start to just make our way back. So using your palms to walk yourself back toward the back of your mat. So now you're on your toes. Bringing your feet out to the edges of your mat. And your toes pointed toward the edges of your mat. So your heels are more in, your toes pointed out. We're coming back into this yogi squat one more time. Engaging our core, pulling our sits bones up and away from the ground. So we're not just sinking into it. We're active in this pose. Reaching the crown of your head to the sky. Perhaps using your elbows behind you. Again, you can put a block underneath if that feels good for you. Noticing if this feels any differently this time after we've been working on opening and expansiveness in our body and in ourselves. Honoring you, yourself in this space, in this place. Inhale, and as you exhale, release it all down and come on to your bottom, extending your legs out long toward the front of your mat. We're going to lower into backs, but if you would like to join me in doing so, grab onto the back of your thighs and slowly, with as much control as possible, begin to lower yourself down onto your mat. If your feet come up, that's okay. Lowering all the way down. And then bringing your knees into your chest, wrapping your arms around your legs, and just going back and forth, rocking back and forth, creating this nice massage on your lower back. Wow, that feels good. After we've been doing so many openings to show our hips some love right now. Our hip flexors, ooh, they've been working. And then go ahead and pause, dropping your feet to the mat. So your feet are at the edges of the mat and dropping your knees together. Bring your right arm up and over your chest, maybe grabbing onto it with your left hand. We're doing a lot of shoulder openers too. So we're just giving our shoulder some love. If you like, you can even massage your shoulder right now. Inhale, bringing your right hand back, and exhale, bringing your left arm across, maybe holding it with your right hand, giving this side some love. Inhale, releasing your right arm. And then now focusing down onto our legs. Inhale, dropping your knees to one side. So both knees are pointed to the same side. Inhale, bringing your knees up and over to the other side. And then create a flow at your own pace. Inhaling, dropping to one side. And exhaling, dropping to the other side. Going back and forth. with intention and ease. Breathing deeply into your belly as you're doing that. Then on your next inhale, bring your knees back up to center. Extend your legs out long. Rest your hands either on your body or at the sides of your mat as we come into Shavasana for a couple of minutes. There's nothing you need to do here. Inhale and exhale and let your body relax into the ground beneath it that is supporting you fully in this moment. Breathing deeply into your belly, exhaling through your mouth, and letting your body relax a little bit more. Just allow your body to absorb this practice that we've been creating. As always, if you have time, you can stay here in Shavasana for a bit longer. If you are ready to move on with your day, go ahead and begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, bringing some movement into your body. If you like, you can bring your arms up overhead and create a nice long stretch. Oh, that feels good in my body, that's for sure. And then coming onto one side, pausing for a moment. And then ever so gently begin to come into seated, taking your time, maybe even being playful in this moment as you come to seated. Bringing your hands to heart center. Thank you for joining me in this space to create expansiveness within yourself and within your body. Come back to it at any time that you are feeling the desire and need to create more expansiveness. It will feel different every time you do it. Breathing in all the goodness that you've created for yourself. I have so much gratitude for you. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, take good care.